Thinking about starting an assisted living home, but overwhelmed by trying to figure out what's even needed? From licensing to staffing to finding the perfect property, let's break it all down so you can take the first step with confidence. Before anything else, you're going to really need to narrow down and create a business plan to define your goals, what services you want to provide, and of course, lay out the financial projections. Your plan should outline how you will provide the care, the pricing structure, staffing schedules, and the quality of life you aim to offer the residents. A solid business plan is necessary for securing financing if needed, and you really shouldn't be using your own capital anyways, so you definitely want to raise the capital for it, as opening an assisted living facility can involve significant upfront costs for property acquisition, renovation, licensing, and staffing all along the way. It's essential to research and understand local laws and regulations, as assisted living is a highly and heavily regulated industry, particularly in terms of staffing, health standards, and safety. You really want to know everything that you need to know before you get started. To start an assisted living home, you'll need to obtain a state-issued license that authorizes you to operate a residential care home in that physical property. The exact type of license required varies state to state, but let's go over some common licensing requirements. Most states require an assisted living facility license to legally operate, and the license will ensure that your home meets specific state requirements regarding health and safety standards, as well as staffing and care protocols. You'll need to submit an application to the state's licensing authority, which varies state by state, but is often the Department of Health or Department of Human Services, something along those lines. Along with the application, you may need to prove that your home complies with local zoning laws, building codes, and fire safety codes, as well as any other health and safety regulations. This may involve an inspection of your home by local authorities or the fire marshal to confirm that it meets these standards. Some states require that the facility's administrator also holds an administrator's license. This typically involves completing a certain amount of training and passing an exam, but the administrator, they're going to be responsible for ensuring that the home meets state regulations. They're also going to handle all staffing issues and anything that comes up, and provide appropriate care to the residents. In many states, your home must meet specific health and safety certifications to operate, especially in areas like sanitation, emergency preparedness, infection control, and of course, resident care. These certifications may be part of the licensing process or require separate inspections to make sure that you are up to standard and code. If you plan to provide any specialized care in your home, such as care for individuals with Alzheimer's disease, dementia, or any other specific medical needs, your state may require you to obtain additional certification and licenses for those extra services. States often have staffing regulations that require a certain ratio of licensed caregivers or nurses to residents. Now, you may not need a separate license for each staff member, but they must meet specific qualifications. You'll need to ensure that your home complies with all state-required staffing ratios and that all staff are adequately and appropriately trained. Don't just rely on the training that they came to you with. You'll want to do additional training for your staff. You'll also need to secure appropriate insurance to protect your business, staff, and residents. This will include liability insurance, workman's compensation, and regular health insurance. Each state has specific requirements for the type and amount of insurance coverage that will be needed at any and all levels. To keep learning with us at the Residential Assisted Living Academy, check out this video next. If this one is educational for you, this next one is way more over the top, so you're gonna love it. You'll need to find the right location for your assisted living home. The property should be accessible, safe, and able to accommodate the number of seniors you plan to serve. Keep in mind you'll need space for private and shared bedrooms, as well as regular common areas, kitchen, living room, dining room, you name it. And you'll need to make it accessible to people with mobility impairments. So a wheelchair needs to be able to scoot and move and get along that place amazingly. Additionally, it's important that the facility meet zoning requirements for healthcare or residential care facilities. Some residential areas have restrictions, so be sure to check your local laws as they vary from state to state. After securing a property, you'll need to hire qualified staff. In most states, assisted living homes are required to have staff members who meet specific qualifications, including licensed caregivers and maybe even licensed nurses, but definitely an administrator. Be sure you are meeting the staffing requirements in your state. It's important to hire experienced professionals who understand the needs of the elderly or individuals with disabilities, as they're going to be responsible for assisting with the daily activities, like managing medication or providing support in emergency situations. If you don't want to be the one who gets called in at every little mishap, then you need to train your staff. Staff training is vital, and it should cover topics like infection control, emergency procedures, and residents' rights. Once you've met the legal, staffing, and financial requirements to open your assisted living home, it's important to market your facility to prospective residents and their families. Building a strong reputation for providing quality care and maintaining a clean and safe environment, this is really going to help you build that brand that will fill beds even when you're not out there marketing away to fill them. Offering a supportive and welcoming environment will be key to attracting and retaining the right clients. You'll want to start building relationships with local hospitals, healthcare providers, and senior organizations. All of these relationships will help you fill your beds. You're going to need a lot of stuff to make this happen. So don't get lost in the weeds, keep your head on straight, and make sure you have a strong why. You'll get lost without it, I am sure of it. And I'll see you right back here for the next video.